Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Amira, and in this video we're designing the branding of Pizzeria Paradiso. We'll first design the logo, create a color palette, draw some cute illustrations, create the packaging design of the pizza box, and design the menu finally. But let me actually give you a little background about this brand. Pizzeria Paradiso is more than just your go-to pizza place. It has this sense of warm atmosphere where people connect together over the delicious pizza made with local ingredients planted in community garden, fueling the sense of community. Now let's try to capture this in a compelling logo design. We're going to first pick the typography of this brand. I'm looking for a bold font that has rounded edges and kinda gives some cheerful vibe. So right next to my draft board, I created a new board where I'm gonna try out all the fonts I downloaded and see which one looks best. There are like more than 10, but we're gonna rule out most of them as we go on. I like this second font. I'm thinking of using it as a secondary font, so I'll just keep it for now. Okay, I actually like this font. My eyes keep going back at it. So here we got the primary font for the logo and the secondary font which we'll be using for the text on the pizza box. Okay, let's turn this boring logo to this in just 1 minute. First, I'm thinking of making the letter I in small letters. Next, I'm thinking of making the diagonal stroke of the Z a little bit curved and maybe the bottom part too, just to balance things out. I'm also grab the word Paradiso beneath instead and then duplicate the Z. So for the E, we can go for a cursive E. You know, usually I find it a theme where pizza restaurants use this bold all caps font and it has this energetic vibe. But you know, Pizzeria Paradiso is different. Okay, so since the brand relies on wood-fired oven, I want to incorporate the wood-fired theme to this. And the letters A and O sound like a good fit. For the letter A, I was thinking of maybe making the crossbar a little bit curved to resemble the arch surface of wood-fired ovens. Then I'll replace the A of Paradiso with a new A. And for the O, I want it to entirely resemble the oven itself. It got a little bit messy, but at the end I just made a little bit of smoke leaving the chimney. Now let's start creating our color palette. So from the description of this brand, you can guess that I'm going for warm colors. So right here, I'm using this website to help me visualize some color combinations. I want the primary color to be peach yellow, so I'll lock this color and I'll be swapping the other ones to find other hues matching this shade. So I finally settled on this color palette. I think it best matches the persona of this brand. Okay, back to our artboard. I'm gonna try out several color combinations with the logo and see which one feels more legible and eye-catching from afar. The first and last artboards look great to me, but I'll go with the first one. So next we're going to create the die lines of the pizza box. This is a passion project, so I'll use certain dimensions for this package. In a real project, however, we make sure to gather such details from our clients so that the packaging design fits perfectly on the real package. But here, I'll just be fine with having the design fitting the mockup that I'll create later on. Next, this might sound weird, but I had to Google pizza toppings just to explore a list of options for the ingredients I can illustrate in the next minute. As a person who every time goes just for chicken ranch, I had to expand my horizon and see what other ingredients are added across the other pizza types. I want such ingredients to be the kind of vegetables that can be grown in community gardens. So here I found ideas like cherry tomatoes, bell pepper indeed, some olives, onion, and baby spinaches. Now let's start creating the brand illustrations and pattern. I'll first start gathering some stock images for the ingredients I'll be illustrating. Those images are commercially free, therefore I get the freedom to draw on top of them. So back to Illustrator, I created a new artboard where I'll create my illustrations. I'll be using my Wacom brush set and I'll make sure to lower the opacity of the brush so that I get the freedom to sketch and draw over the strokes. So first of all, I wanted to draw a cute pizza. Pizzeria Paradiso is all about the chill environment, and I thought I'd better capture this in our main character, which is a pizza slice. I have this vision of making him, sleeping on his back with his arms behind his head. I definitely love it when the pizza is filled with mozzarella and melting in my hands, and I was like, I gotta capture it in this guy. I made the apex of the slice melting to the bottom. I don't know who calls it apex, but whatever. But then I was thinking this could be wrong because he's technically lying down, not beneath the imaginary ground, but he could be flying on clouds, like no rules here. To add more of the chill vibe, I made him wear sunglasses like he's resting on the grass and gazing at the sky under the melting sun. Not gonna add this on part, totally out of place. Also, I was thinking of making the piece across his hair, and maybe I can style it and make it like the early 2000s spiky hair. I kinda liked it to some extent how trendy the hairstyle was, but anyways, back to the piece. I seriously love how it turned out. I don't want to make this video long, so I skipped over the illustration part. And here are the cute illustrations I made in the last couple of hours. So I drew this wood-fired oven, some bell peppers, green and black olives, Parmesan cheese, a plot of the community garden, tomatoes, basil leaves, and some other illustrations symbolizing warmth and a sense of community. Now let's start designing the pizza box. Honestly, I'm super excited to play around and create something unique. So from the logo variations above, I like the one with peach yellow background, so I'm gonna drag this over the die line and place it on the part that would be the top of the pizza box. Okay, so I was thinking of drawing a slice of pizza emerging at the bottom left corner, and from there I can extend a big cloud of aroma flowing till the top right corner. I hope you guys are able to visualize this with me. I'm not sure how this will look, but I won't know unless I try. So I'm gonna create a new layer where I'll just sketch that out roughly, just to visualize it. The reason why I like this idea is that it extends on the inner flaps of the pizza box so that once it's opened, you can see the part of the design on the inner flaps as well, instead of just leaving it plain. Okay, this looks so good! I haven't filmed this part, but what I did behind the scenes is that I made the aroma cloud extend till the bottom of the pizza slice. I still haven't done anything on the bottom of the box, as you can see. I'm actually thinking of leaving it plain, because practically speaking, it's kind of a waste to design the bottom of the box. Like, seriously, no one's gonna tilt the box and look at the bottom, especially when you're starving and you just want to eat the pizza. I haven't dealt with printing companies directly, but I'm quite sure that adding an extra design on the bottom would increase the pricing. So let's just keep it low for now. Now, on the walls of the box, I want to add the recycle symbol, a symbol for community garden, and other information like the telephone number. I also got the Scan Me, which is linked to the website of this brand. Supposedly, this is a passion project. No real website will appear if you scan this. Now I'm gonna type some of the things that makes this brand stand out, like locally sourced ingredients, ethical sourcing, eco-friendly packaging. So I'll first rotate this text, and I wanna keep ethical sourcing and locally sourced ingredients together on one side, the left one. Let's keep the eco-friendly aside. Not sure if I want to keep it at the bottom walls or the top inner flaps of this box, so anyways, I want to add this checkbox next to each text. Next, I'll rotate eco-friendly packaging and add the recycle sign next to it. Now I want to add another text on the back wall of the box saying, "Witness the art of wood-fired pizza." And maybe we can add the wood-fired oven we illustrated earlier next to the text. Anyways, I'm now thinking of extending this smoke so that it goes across the different aspects of this box together, just to make it a little bit fun. Yeah, this definitely looks so good, but I should have flipped this text. Think of this box when it's printed and folded, the text should be rotated or else it would be upside down. Yeah, that's how it should be. Now I'm getting paranoid that I got the direction of the other ones wrong, but no, they're good. Next, I created the submark, which is simply a fusion of the P and the O of the logo. I was gonna leave the P as it is and add the slogan around it, but I was like, why not showcase the wood-fired oven, the thing that makes the brand stand out? And I added a minimalist illustration of the oven into the bowl of the P. Again, for this slogan, I used the same font we used earlier in the package just to be consistent. Now let's start designing the menu. I started off with two rectangular artboards right next to each other, and then using the rectangle tool, I created a peach yellow background. Next, again using the rectangle tool, I'm gonna create the guides that will act as my margins so that all of the listings stay within that space and only the illustrations can go beyond that. Next, I'm gonna add the logo on the left and the word menu right next to it, keeping them apart by a vertical bar, which I will draw using the line tool. Now we're left with writing out the menu. I personally hate AI, but it's definitely time consuming to search up pizza types and their topics from random sites and estimating their costs. So I had to actually use Gemini to write me a long list of pizza toppings and their reasonable prices. So I typed out a comprehensive prompt and he came up with this long list of pizza types that I can add in my menu. Again, this is a passion project, so of course I won't be writing just random stuff in the menu of a real project. First, I'm gonna add like a heading for the first category, which is classic favorites with a twist. And beneath that goes the title of each pizza. So there's gonna be like 5 kinds of pizzas under this title, and I'm gonna do that for the second page of the menu and then get back to you. Now I finished adding the list of pizza types and the pricings too, and now we're going to get to the fun part where we actually add some illustrations and a fun touch to this. So here I wanted to complement the smoke aroma we added earlier in the pizza box, and I figured it would look great if I added it at the bottom of the first page. And maybe we can add the pattern of illustrations too in a lower opacity. I'm not quite sure if it will go right, but let's try. I tried to do the same thing on the top of page 2, but I honestly dislike it. So I'm gonna leave that for now and change it later, but for the bottom part, I want to add like a dripping effect above beverages so that I can make the bottom part a separate section. I totally love this. I wanted to incorporate some of the illustrations, so I kept our pizza dude lying at the bottom, then the Parmesan cheese on the left corner, and on the second page, I drew those cute oobly hands reaching out for their pizza slice. I did add other illustrations too in the background, like the oven, a tomato slice, and a slice of red bell pepper. And finally, I created this cute pattern of all the illustrations I made so far. This will be useful in creating some of the mockups, like adding it to the napkin. Now that we created our logo suite and packaging design, I created some cool mockups to represent this work. And voila, let me present you Pizzeria Paradiso. I love how everything now blends together. Seeing the final visual identity actually feels rewarding after all the effort put in such projects. So if you find this video helpful, please leave a thumbs up and I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.